everyone. To our dear teachers, hello. And it's now time to implement our performance task. And one good way that we'll be able to implement that, especially during our synchronous sessions, is through the use of the breakout rooms in either Zoom or in Google Meet. Now, I'm doing this video because we find it a little bit challenging if we are using Zoom as compared to Google Meet breakout rooms because um, it's going to be most of the time a manual grouping if we will be using Zoom because of our basic account. So I'm going to share you today how we can do that. And on top of that as well, I'm going to share with you a simple way as well of making your presentation while having multiple tabs open in your desktop. So first, let's do that. So if you will notice, I have this tab right here open, and this is my PowerPoint presentation on this topic. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to present that to everybody, but I still would like to see my gallery view of my screen, wherein I could still see my participants, I could see the chat, I could see as well the other options here in Zoom. Actually, the very basic thing to do is simply to make your either tab smaller, okay, by using this arrow button here. And if you're going to present this PowerPoint, all you have to do is go to your slideshow, and first you have to set up your slideshow. So click set up slideshow, and what you want to do is to browse by an individual window. All right. So click OK if you've done that. And actually, you could already start your presentation through here. You could do this one, play from the start. And as you can see, this window here is occupied full screen, but it stays with the same size. So what I want to do now, I would transfer to my Zoom, and I'm going to do screen sharing. Here you go. And what you will screen share is not actually your desktop, but you're going to share screen or screen share your Microsoft PowerPoint. So if you go ahead and share that, so as you can see now, there's a rectangular green line covering this one. It means that in your participants' screen, this is all they could see. Okay, this is all they could see now. And you as the host could actually do so much more. Like you could pull out the participants from here, and from there you could see who is presenting. You're the one presenting. You could also see the participants while you're checking the attendance. You could also pull out the chat. Okay, if there are things that your students need to communicate with you about, so you could still see it here. All right. So all of these tools you can still see while minimal part of your screen is displaying your presentation. Okay, so I'm going to stop screen sharing now because the next thing that we're going to do is we are going to explore breakout rooms. So while we have this presentation ongoing, we could also explore breakout rooms. And one easy way to do that, since we'll be doing it manually, is to ask our students to rename. There are now two options if they're renaming. It's number one, before they enter our Zoom room, they could already rename themselves. or we could check our security setting here and just allow the students to rename themselves. So you could give out additional instructions to those students who are not able to rename themselves once they are in the meeting. Okay? Or another one is you as the host could actually rename them. So you could actually rename them. And what I want to do here is, let's say I'm going to break them out into certain rooms. So one good way of doing that is to rename them according to first their group number or their group name followed by their name. If you click rename, that's what is now being shown on screen. So like if this student is in group 2, so I could also do that. But of course, if we have 44, 45 students in a section, we will not do this for them. It's them who is going to do it. But the process is still the same. All they have to do is click on their name and then click more and click rename. Okay? So this time, we're going to do the breakout rooms. So you click more here. Okay? But if I would enlarge this window, I could actually see the breakout rooms. But because we limited it to some sort of this size, we go to more and then we click breakout rooms. Okay, so again, you could do this simultaneously while you're presenting. Okay, so like for example, I'll be creating two breakout rooms and I will be assigning manually. Okay, and then I'm going to create the rooms and I'm going to assign each one of them. So since this person here should belong to group 1 over here, and then another room, room 2, I'm going to assign this person. Okay, and then that's it. So once all the group members are in their proper rooms, you can now go ahead and open all the rooms. Okay, so once the rooms are open, a message will be given to the participants that the room has been opened, and so they must join the breakout room. Okay, so let us see. Okay, so here they are. You as the host, okay, so if you will notice, this is now the main room. I'm in the main room and I'm the only one here. My two participants are already in their respective rooms. How do I go to each room? Is for me to click breakout rooms, okay, and simply join. So you could, it should have, okay, something like this. So if you click here, okay, you click join room 1, so you'll be joining room 1. All right, so we're here in group 1 right now, and you could also leave the breakout room and proceed to another room. Now, once the students are in the breakout room, they could also share their screen. They could share their content to each other and, of course, discuss. So let's now close all the rooms because we're done with this. So it says here all participants, or they could just actually leave the room once the message has been given to them. They're now actually in the process of returning to the main session. Okay, so here we are now in the main room. Let's go back to this one. So with that, that is actually the process which is very, very simple on how to use our breakout rooms and also how to open multiple windows while we are presenting. So I hope this helps. Thank you very much, and thank you and goodbye.